It was a good practice. We got better today. It was really smooth. It was really clean too.
Coach was telling us that he kind of shortened practice a little bit this week because of all the injuries. What does that do for you guys?
It helps us get our bodies back. You know, we get to recover more, have more time to be in the cold tub, to be in the training room.
What's it been like for you individually playing such a big role this year?
It's been good. It's a good experience. The coaches have put me in the best positions to succeed. So, working every day at practice, you know, I was prepared for it whenever I got put in the games.
You've gone against some very tough opponents, a lot of very good pass rushers on these teams you've faced. You know, what's been the most difficult thing about kind of answering that challenge?
Repeat that, please.
Well, just the guys you've had to go up against have been very, very skilled pass rushers, and I was wondering if anything jumped out about the mentality it takes to answer that challenge, or kind of what it's been like for you facing those guys week to week.
Well, it's just trusting the process. You know, I just the coaches they work with us. I just trust in my fundamentals, but just trust my fundamentals.
Frankie, what's the mental aspect of that? You know, you walk on, and then all of a sudden you're kind of thrust into this position with all the injuries. How do you have to prepare mentally for that?
You just always have to be ready. You know, it's the next man up. You never really know when it's gonna happen, so you just have to be ready and just make sure you're taking game reps at practice.
When did you start to realize that there was a chance you'd be playing? You know, entering week one, you weren't on the depth chart, and then suddenly that Saturday you're in the game. You know, when did you start to realize you would be called on in that sense?
Just getting more reps at practice. You know, they prepared me for it.
How about, was it a little bit different when you were coming back week two, knowing you would be playing a bit and probably starting, that you would have a lot of snaps? Does it change how you approach practice or how that week played out?
Practice is practice. I just go out there and do what I'm supposed to do every day.
What does it mean to be a kid from San Antonio playing for the team in San Antonio?
It feels great to play for UTSA. I get to be around my family still, and I have a lot of friends that came with me too, and I just stay close with everyone. It feels good to play for San Antonio.
What's the life like of a walk-on? Can you lead us through like a normal day for you?
Yes. Well, most of my day is still spent here. I get up, come to practice meetings, treatment, class, and then later on, like after meetings and stuff like that, if I have time to work, I'll make time to work. Go home, spend time with my fiance, just stuff like that.
What kind of things do you do for work?
I paint houses. Sometimes we'll like build sheds or fences. A lot of just manual labor, so stuff like that.
Is that like even during these weeks within the scope of a football season that you're fitting that in as well?
Sometimes, yes. Some weeks I have more work than others. Some weeks I really don't have to work as much. But really during the off season is when I'm most busy. But like these weeks I probably work like maybe once or twice.
So have there been days where you like had practice and then you were doing something like that in the afternoon or the evening?
Yes, today is gonna be one of those days. Today's probably gonna be the only day this week that I'll be working.
What are you doing today?
Today I'm painting a door. Yeah.
How do you kind of get these jobs, or what goes into setting that up?
From word of mouth. I have people that I work with, like I paint houses and they refer them to other people, refer me to other people. So just word of mouth, just get leads here and there.
Where'd you get those skills from? Did you just kind of learn how to do
just
it?
Growing up, yeah. My grandpa and my dad, we would always be working. So that and the stuff I don't know how to do, I like with drywall. I just learned how to drywall, so I would just get drywall here. Like one of my college, like one of my roommates, he had a lot of holes in the wall before we moved out. So I got to like practice my drywalling. I just watched YouTube for hours, and I'm like, okay, that's what I gotta do. Did it, learned like that.
How tough is it to balance that with all the demands of a football season?
I mean, it's tough, but it is what it is. I'm gonna have to work the rest. I'm gonna have to work the rest of my life, so it kind of prepares me for later on in life. It's just a part of life, so it's not that big of a deal.
What's your major here? What are you studying?
Kinesiology. I want to be an animal chiropractor.
How'd you decide on that?
I just always had my mom, whenever we were little, she would always pop our bags, and I just liked it. So I was like, maybe I want to become a chiropractor. And then I just started seeing like all these videos and people doing it like on horses and dogs and stuff. I was like, that'd be kind of cool, It's pretty much how it happened.
Oh, it does sound pretty cool. It's just a very specific thing. You don't hear that very often.
Yeah.
I think you're listed as the starter on this week's depth chart. What does that mean to you to get that opportunity?
It's a big opportunity. It means a lot. I'm gonna take advantage of it. Just go out there and do what the coaches had me do all week.
A lot of kids walk on thinking of the dream to run onto that field with the first team, but you're actually being able to live that. What does that mean to you?
I mean, it means a lot. It's something I've dreamed of. Just being able to be a part of this group and just give them some playing time. It's very special.
What was it like going into last week and Demetrius Allen's going to take that starting spot, and then suddenly after a couple of plays you're right back out there? How did you respond to that? It
was unexpected, but like I said, I practiced all week, prepared for it, knowing that there's a possibility that I was going to have to go in. And I mean, I had a good time playing at UT. It was a good experience.
Is it tough to flip that switch mentally from being in kind of a secondary role to so early in the game you're right out there on the field having to play as many snaps as you did?
No, I wouldn't say it is, because we're always getting our either mental reps or our game reps. So either way, I feel like I'm in the game, but sometimes I'm not, obviously. But whenever I get put in there, I watch the people in front of me, learn from them. So it's not too big of a jump getting from here to there.
Have you always been an offensive tackle?
Yes, I have.
Is there any difference between the different sides, or?
I was left tackle my whole high school career, and then it wasn't that hard to switch over back to right tackle. It's just flipping all the plays. I just got to kind of work on your sets and stuff. Get your right leg used to kicking.
Yeah.
Besides that, it's not that hard.
How have you improved from week to week? Are there ways your game has taken steps forward?
Yes, the first week I felt like I wasn't getting off the ball fast enough, and this past week I felt like I improved. I feel like I got a lot better this past game, so I learned a lot, especially from good D linemen that are fast and up the field, so that helped me.
What's been the reaction like from your family and friends here seeing you play so much?
Oh, they're excited about it. They're always asking me, "Oh, when are you gonna play? When are you gonna play?" And it's gonna happen when it happens. So I'm playing now, so yeah, it's they're happy about it.
Is there any of your teammates who you've leaned on for help, or who's been able to offer you some pointers? You have a lot of experienced guys up there.
Kevin Davis, he really helps me a lot whenever we're out there. He's always telling me he has my back. He's always helping me whenever I need it. Him and even Maka, he's always trying to help me. Especially when I was playing center, he was always there with me after practice, getting snaps, trying to teach me.
How are you feeling physically? I know Coach Traylor's mentioned you've got a couple of things you're nursing at this point in the year as well.
Yeah, I feel better. I'm always in the training room. Most of my days spent in the training room. So today I felt really good. My problems that I've been having with my hip or my elbow, it's not. It didn't bother me today. I felt pretty good today.
Frankie, I know kinesiology, that's a pretty heavy workload book-wise and stuff, but football, you're doing all the work stuff. How are you keeping up with the books and everything? Are you sneaking paragraphs in between coats of paint drying on the door or something?
Yeah, I get a lot of help from my fiance. She'll help me. I'm really good. I learn well with flashcards, so she'll write up flashcards for me and stuff like that, and study them whenever I get the chance. Stuff like that. Whenever I'm not doing nothing, I just try to get in some time to study. But yeah.
Cool. Thank you, Frankie. I appreciate it.